Hello, and welcome to the Sound Live. So without further ado, Eve, introduce us to your selection for the day.
I actually came across this group on the Opeth Facebook page, it's not the official band page, but it's like a fan page and all that. And somebody posted, it was actually the music video to Passenger, and I proceeded to check out all their other stuff because they really remind me of Opeth. If Opeth had not gone as 70s prog rock after the album Watershed. So yeah, I mean, it's very, I don't know. I think you'll like it, Matthew. I think everybody will like it. It's definitely got some harsh vocals in it, but really, I think you'll like the dynamic between the clean and the harsh and the music, and yeah, it's good. It's pretty solid progressive metal. I've been really it's a band that I've been listening to a lot the past few weeks.
Without further ado, Musicians Panel reacts to Wilderun, the Garden of Fire. Official playthrough video, here we go!
For now we will surrender to the fading sun. We'll wake and we'll find intentions and action are one. So don't despair if you can't find your mind. For tonight we drink together from the goblet of time.
Cool.
That was awesome.
I mean, I definitely like parts of it, and then there were parts of it that I found entertaining, but like I wouldn't necessarily say I liked them. If that makes sense at all.
Was it blast beats?
Yeah.
The bass made sense to me. The bass drum. The hi-hat almost made sense to me. Almost. But then when you added that snare, it just felt a little bit off to me. That was not the greatest drummer I've ever heard. Now, most of the song was held together really nice, and I did like the 6/8. I liked all the lead guitar solos. I thought that, the songwriting itself was pretty good in general. The vocalist was just so double-edged to me because I really, really, really loved the soaring, uplifting vocals in it. But then other times the screaming, and I'm not saying it was bad. It was pretty good screaming, but it just felt like it made like a little bit of a disconnect with the rest of the song, the screaming and the blast beats. Like, I probably, if I was making that song, I probably would have just edited those parts out and had a shorter song and had it sound better to me. But like I said, I guess I'm old, so we could just go there, and that's my way out.
As I was listening to this, I kept thinking to myself, I might put money on Matthew liking this because this sounds a lot like Dream Theater to me with some growls.
Yeah,
and the changes and not as many notes. I really like the transitional stuff. At this point in the afternoon, my attention span was challenged quite a bit. But I like the changes with it. Some of it almost seemed kind of Viking like. You had that atmospheric kind of doomy elements a little bit. It seemed to do a really good job of sitting between a bunch of different subgenres and tapping into different stuff. And the guitar player, it's like, dude, the 80s called. They want that Charvel back. I mean, how old is that guitar? Maybe I was looking at that going, dude, in high school I would have died for a guitar like that. But
oh my gosh,
that was like 30 some years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I liked how there was that guy that just appeared out of nowhere singing the background vocals.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he's more involved in other songs, but I thought that was pretty cool. It wasn't that I like, it was just, I don't know. I felt like just there was just parts of it that just kind of were a little bit disconnected from each other. I don't know. So that was just my thing. I thought the orchestration was really good. I didn't see a keyboard player, so and I saw a computer in the background with what looked like a Pro Tools-esque type rig. So I don't know if they were recording that as they were playing it, or if they were just shooting video playing along with the recording. It said official playthrough. That made me think like we were listening to, the album version of the song, and this is just some footage of them, but we weren't hearing what they were actually, the actual sound of the footage, just the footage itself. But that being said, it was synced really good. It looked really good. It was an entertaining video. Like I said, it just ran a teeny bit long for me, and you guys know which parts I would have picked.
I liked it. Definitely different than a lot of the music I listen to, that's for sure. But I was listening to the lyrics a lot, and well, obviously, and I really kind of like the lyrics because they kind of seem to speak about kind of what I've been going through, and so that kind of well, some of them anyway, but just like having it almost seemed like they were talking about like losing trust in people, I guess, tell me if I'm wrong, but that's what I took it as. And it's funny because a friend of mine actually did a psychic reading with me the other day. We talked about that, and he said, "You're at a point where you're done with that, right?" And I said, "Yeah, completely done." I said, "I'm completely done with people just using me and then just walking away, So I felt like this was kind of what it was about, the song. So it was really cool. But I loved the guitar parts. I agree about the drummer though, Matthew. I agree about the drummer. Like it was kind of off a little ish.
Only in spots. It was weird.
Yeah, just in spots. But yeah,
that's just blast beats to me.
Yeah.
They just feel a little bit off.
Right. And like, but I loved it for the most part. And I just that guy's deep voice though. I was just like, oh my God, they go so low.
His range is pretty big.
Yeah, like you never realize how low somebody could go singing, and it's just like, oh my God, that would kill my voice if I even tried it. But it's like, but I'm also a female, so. But it's like he was going. What was that, like a baritone or like a? That would be baritone, right?
It was
like a.
Yeah, it was deep bass notes with like throat gravel and growl.
Right. It was just really cool, and I love the lyrics because the lyrics kind of spoke to me because that's exactly what I'm dealing with, and part of that is when you move, that tends to happen. So it's just.
Yeah, speaking about losing trust in people, right? My brother. Remember, of course, we pause for nobody. All right, you can go and get your music lessons at MatthewsMusicLessonStudio.com. That's right. He can record the bloody lesson and keep them on your device forever. That's right. MatthewsMusicLessonStudio.com. Make sure you go and subscribe to each of my special guests today: Jennifer's music page, Kyle Walls, and of course, Evelyn Holland, who's gone to the disco. Moving on. Make sure you like this video. Please share the screen out. Stream, please, scream, share the stream out, make sure you share this stream, and of course, subscribe to all of our great channels, and we'll see you next time on The Sound Live.